Hi everybody, Michael York with Model Airplane News and Electric Flight to bring you a nice little review of this beautiful AeroWorks Cessna LC-126. Basically what this is a model of the 195 that the Air Force was using up in Alaska as a search and rescue. So they changed it to an LC-126, made it usable with floats, with wheels or with skis, and it also had little extra rudders on the back there to give it stability for the water rudders and the drag created by the floats. But AeroWorks came out with this model based on their 195 that they have, and it's an absolutely gorgeous model, just like the 195 was. It's roughly 1/7 scale, or correction, 1/5 scale, and has a 90-inch wingspan. Comes in, this model came in just over 16 pounds. They say about 14 or 15 to 16 pounds. The engine that I'm using in this airplane, it's designed for a 30cc or a 1.8 four-stroke or equivalent electric if you choose to go so. I was going to use the DLE-30, but everyone knows that that's going to work just fine. So I ended up using a Magnum 180 that I had laying around, a 1.8 four-stroke, just to see how it would do on power along those lines, and more than enough power. I mean, I was flying around with maybe a quarter throttle, and that was still more than enough. So you could even probably get away with a 120 size for very scale-like flying. As far as controls are concerned, in this airplane I'm using the high-tech 7985 digital servos for all the control surfaces. Comes with flaps, obviously, and ailerons, elevator, rudder, and then for the throttle I'm using a 65 or 5645 high-tech servo, and they're all digital servos. What's really nice with those servos, you can actually program them. So what I did is you can install them, put them in however you want, and then program the centering and so forth. So when you put it all together, it makes it very quick to set up. Plenty of room inside, obviously. Model itself gives you everything you need except for the engine and the radio, of course. Comes with a nice scale interior cockpit, which you can take in and out. Covers up some of the controls, servos and the batteries. One nice thing too is you probably can't see it in the camera, but you'll see in the pictures are that it actually has running lights built into it, which is a nice scale touch. Access also to the inside with a little side door, so you can have access to the switches without having external switches. As I mentioned, I was powering this with a 1.8 Magnum engine, and you always kind of wonder when you're trying an engine that's not part of the list that they say. But again, I knew that a 120 or a 180 Sato, which is another engine that they recommend, would be more than enough power. And the Magnum 180 is extremely overpowered in this aircraft. You could probably fly it with a 120 easily. Very scale flying plane with power pack. Took off at maybe a third throttle. Lifted off nicely straight down the line. Of course, with the extra tail surfaces there, tracking is nice and straight. Very easy to fly. I mean, it's a little bit more aggressive than a Cub, than a Piper Cub, Super Cub, but definitely not beyond the ability of anybody that can fly. This trim scheme makes it very easy to see in flight, so you don't have to worry about orientation one way or the other. And again, you can, from AeroWorks, you can buy floats, which will bolt right on. It comes with mounts for the floats as well, so you could definitely do it off of the water. Definitely recommend getting this plane if you're looking into some top-end typical AeroWorks quality planes. Check out the review on Model Airplane News.
Ready? Yep. Full flat pass right there. Crowd goes wild.